even if it means engaging in questionable acts. Imagine a manager at a firm that promotes aggressive, cutthroat tactics. They may personally feel this approach is unethical, but to conform to the firm's norms, they justify their harsh behavior rather than rocking the boat. Groupthink is another sociological force. When a group strives too much for harmony, real discussion gets suppressed. Instead, rationalization takes over as members justify decisions to remain united. This leads to poor outcomes as dissenting voices get silenced. So the innate human desires to belong and bond powerfully shape our thinking. We find ways to justify behavior rather than standing out or causing conflict within our groups. Given the various psychological and sociological drivers, it's no wonder humans are so prone to justifying our shortcomings. But this behavior, although natural, can have serious consequences worth highlighting. First, it leads to repeating mistakes. If we always rationalize our failures, we never learn from them. This traps us in cycles of problematic behaviors that are hard to change. Justifying shortcomings also harms relationships. Friends and family can start to feel hurt and betrayed when we constantly make excuses rather than taking real responsibility. Trust erodes. Resentment builds. This behavior can also damage our self-image. Subconsciously, we start to view ourselves as incompetent or morally compromised if we're always justifying poor decisions. This toxic shame eats away at our self-worth. In organizations, justification enables corruption and misconduct to spread like cancers. Rules get bent, ethics fade away. As long as explanations are provided, questionable acts get normalized. So in many ways, this tendency comes at a high cost. It holds back personal growth, poisons bonds, and allows unethical behavior to flourish. Simply put, justifying harms individuals, connections, and communities. The good news is, with care and courage, we can overcome this tendency and start owning our shortcomings. It isn't easy, but breaking the justification habit is possible. Here are some top tips. First, bring awareness to your biases. Learn about self-serving bias, rationalization, cognitive dissonance, conformity, and groupthink. Knowing why we justify makes us more aware when we're doing it. Next, get comfortable.
So Eli asked what bias are. So bias are your favorites, your choices. So let's say you don't like to eat what? You don't like eating vegetables. All right. So you're biased against vegetables. So what it is your bias is your preference, your choice, your favorites. So you like pizza or something like that. So you're biased or in favor of pizza. You see what I'm saying? But you're biased against broccoli and corn and stuff like that.
With being uncomfortable.
So your bias
admitting failure stings, but resisting and groupthink. Knowing why we justify makes us more aware when we're doing it. Next, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Admitting failure stings, but resisting that discomfort is key to taking responsibility. Letting the discomfort pass builds moral courage over time. When you catch yourself making excuses, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, am I just justifying, or is this actually a reasonable explanation? Consider the possibility you may be falling into old patterns. Also, proactively apologize and make amends when you mess up. Don't wait to be called out. Taking the initiative to admit fault demonstrates courage and conscience. Finally, cultivate friends and social groups who gently keep you accountable. We all need support in owning our shortcomings rather than papering them over. The right people will help you do the work. Our tendency to justify shortcomings rather than admit mistakes stems from various psychological biases and social pressures. Although natural, justification can negatively impact our lives and communities in serious ways. But self-awareness and moral courage can help us take responsibility. Owning our mistakes may not always feel good in the moment, but growth, meaningful relationships, and a healthy self-image depend on breaking the habit of justification.
Yes, sir.
The capacity to humbly admit shortcomings without excuses is a virtue worth cultivating. I hope this video has provided some useful insight into this complicated facet of human psychology.
All right, so the reason why I played this to give y'all to bring y'all into the fold so we can talk just for a few minutes here. So that's what we talking about. This is the root of what we're talking about, all right? So you have on one hand what you want to do, and then you have on the other hand what everybody else wants to do. So in the midst of all of those first clips you saw, cooperation so that we can beat the other team competitively. Do you see what I'm saying? But then you go up a level higher and you say these teams, in order for them to come together and play this match, had to cooperate. They had to cooperate. They had to agree on these terms, this day, and these weather conditions to be able to play. And then they went back to competing. Do you understand? And even within the teams themselves at practice, they may scrimmage. So that's that's competition within cooperation. So let's define what each one is. So for me, this is my show, so I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Cooperation is no, let me back up. I'm sorry. Being competitive, competition is your sharpening tool. That's where you go in there. That's the sharpening block. That's the proving ground. All of the above. You go in there. You tring. You get sharp. You see what's up. You see what I'm saying? And then you turn around, and your cooperation can help you get sharper too. But it's in a different way. Now, you may win a whole entire game with your team, and that's cooperation, and you all grew together within the competition. It's all a part of a system. But let's just ask this question. This is my question, because you may like what I'm saying, you might not. But this is my question of it all. Will we ever reach a level where we're so good at everything that competition ceases to exist? And what I mean is, I got to give you something direct. All right. So food. All right. Whether you are fighting for it or not. Yeah, I'm still here. You need both. Okay, hold on, wait. Yo, look at that city. Okay, sweets. Okay. I feel you. Yep. You need both. Right. E, you still there? Okay. All right. So I'm just reading the comments. So what was it saying? Cooperation. Oh, will it ever get so good? Will you ever get so good that you won't be competing anymore? Like there will be no need for competition. And what I mean is, let's take food for example. All right, you may be eating good and you ain't competing for food, like in the immediate sense, but we're all still competing for food. And hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Stan F. Man. It's good to be in here on another fun Friday. That means we done made it to the end of the week. For those of us who work Monday through Friday, you know what I'm saying? TGI every good daddy Friday. You know what I'm saying? So, without further, let me check and see what we talking about first. Today we talking about the journey. The journey. Where you at and where you going. And what you doing while you're headed there. So, without further ado, I'm going to get y'all some motivation here on the screen. Don't worry about it. I got it already queued up. Not the motivation, but the screen. All right. Let's go ahead and get it together. Let's get it together. We are going to get it together, baby. Yeah. Motivation for Friday. Motivation for Friday. Motivation for Friday. Motivation for Friday. All right, let's go, y'all.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp.
That's my man's. Okay. Wait.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp.
Good job.
Here's
They
how I
gave
keep
us
track
another
of all my
commercial
tasks.
right after that
I start-
commercial. My man's.
How many of you would love a breakthrough? All right. Number one, you got to have a permeating attitude that you're going to win. You got to have a positive outlook. You got to be optimistic. You got to know you're going to win. You got to, right now, you got to say, I'm going to win. I don't mean just this contest. I don't mean the contest. I mean, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. My life is going to win. There's going to be a victorious life here. Because listen to me, the price you pay for losing here is too extreme. You have to carry the burden of failure the rest of your life. You carry that around with you if you fail here. The biggest thing that breaks my heart is you feel the spirit right now, and then when you get back, these dream stealers run into you, and they start to steal your dream, and you quit. You give up. You got to decide I'm going to win. You got to decide that the failure part of carrying failure, you've been exposed to what your life could be. If you fail here, the price is extreme. It's forever. You carry the failure forever. I'm being honest with you. I meet people oftentimes that say, I was in WFG, you really changed my life with this meeting, but. And they put their heads down. They've been carrying it. They carry it. They see these Facebooks and Instagrams and what we're doing. You got to know you're going to win. You got to sell out. Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to become a sellout. You need to sell out. You need to get obsessed. You got to get relentless. You got to be a road dog. You got to get intense. That's what you got to do. There's some dream stealers. You need to look out for these 4. I don't want them to happen to you. You ready? Say yes.
Yes.
Dream stealer number 1 that'll take you out of here. Lack of confidence or faith. Lack of belief. It'll steal your dream. You got to know you're going to win. You got to have some faith. These people sitting around you right now, they're whispering to you, you could do this. I believe you. Just like when you were a little boy. Just like when you were a little girl. They've always believed in you. They've always known you were going to do something special. They always knew you were great. You need to know it. You need to take that God that's sitting there with you and those precious souls that have passed, that have always believed in you, and you carry them with you everywhere. They're with you anyway. Acknowledge them. If you don't believe that, honor them. Honor God. Honor these people who believed in you with your magnificent life. Honor them. Don't give in to lack of belief, lack of confidence. Don't ever do that again. Don't do it in WFG or out of WFG. You were made to do something great. You're special. You were made in the image of God. Something awesome supposed to happen for you. And those of you that have made something awesome happen, something even more awesome supposed to happen for you.
Yes, Lord.
I would say for the last 45 years, we've told psychologists have been certainly to blame for this, at least in part. You're okay the way you are. That's what we tell young people. Oh, you're okay the way you are. It's like, man, there's nothing worse than you can tell someone who's young than that, especially if they're miserable, and lots of them, well, if they're miserable and aimless, it's like, oh, I'm miserable and aimless, and sometimes I'm suicidal and I'm nihilistic and I don't have any direction in your life. In my life. It's like, well, you're okay the way you are. And it's like,
what?
They don't want to hear that. They want to hear, look, you're, and you know this, you're useless. You know nothing. You haven't got started. You've got 60 years to put yourself together, and God only knows what you could become. And that message is so much more, it's so funny because it's such an attack, but it's so positive.
Right.
Because there's faith there in the potential that makes up the person rather than the miserable actuality that happens to be manifesting itself at the moment. And young people respond extraordinarily well to that because, and you know that if you're a parent and you love your child, your son, your daughter, what you're trying to foster is the best in them. You want that to manifest itself across the course of their life. You want them to become continually more than they are, to see what they could be. And I think that's part of the great message of the West, is that's the ethical requirement of individual being in the proper sense, is to constantly note that you're not what you could be, to take responsibility for that, and to commit yourself, like body and soul, to the attainment of that ideal.
So I have this thing that I've been promoting called No Whining Wednesdays. Wednesday, you cannot whine, complain, or criticize.
Yes.
And people are like, well, what is whining? Whatever you think it is, don't do it.
Right.
And every time you do it, you have to put a quarter in a jar. If you whine about anything, I can't, I'm tired, why do me, why don't you, what have me?
quarter.
Every one of them will cost you a quarter. Or complaining, why do you always, how come they never, whoop, up, cost you a quarter. Then last week, I had people send me pictures of their jars of quarters. Oh my God. But what they said to me also was, this was wonderful, because I was never, ever aware of how much whining and complaining and criticizing I do. Now I've got mothers doing it with their children. So Wednesday is No Whining Wednesday. We need to practice that. We need to stop whining about what isn't happening, what we don't have, what we can't do, what somebody didn't do.
Yes. Hey, what's good, Nami?
2014.
Good to see you in here.
No whining.
Hey, what's up?
No complaining.
Face.
No criticizing.
I struggled all through school. The last time I took English class, I got a fail. And my English teacher said I was the weakest writer she ever met in her entire life. The last time I took a speech class, same year, I got a D- in speech, and my speech teacher said, Lisa, quote unquote, I recommend you never speak in public, that you get a desk job. So that was the beginning of my life. That was my 19-year-old experience. And then I go on and I'm trying to figure it out. I was obedient. I went and got a job in accounting. I was in the collection department for 7 years. Y'all don't know I'm dangerous to accounting. I'm just dangerous. And I'm in collections, and you know, you should never put a broke person in collections. Never, because everybody's reasons sound good to me.
Right.
I know it sounds funny, but it was real. Yeah. Not only did I say, girl, don't you worry about paying that, I'm gonna take your name off the list.
Oh my God.
Somebody went to jail because I was in I got fired from 5 different jobs. Yeah. And then I got pregnant with my son unexpectedly. And then at 8 months, my son's father went to prison. I had to get on government's assistance to have my baby. I was on WIC, Women, Infant, and Children, to feed my child. Yeah. And when my son was 8 months old, I went to the ATM to get $20 out the bank because I didn't have any Pampers for him. And in order to get $20 out,
hey, what's good,
she got that $20 in. I had $11.42. And I still can't tell the story without getting emotional because it's my story. For 2 days, I had to wrap my son in a towel. But something happened, Steve, in those 2 days.
Thanks for the
I was at rock bottom.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Robbins.
Oh, we're going to hear the rest of
this.
this. We're going to hear the rest of this.
Working with people all over the world.
I was broke and I was broken. Inglewood, California. My son laying on his back at 8 months. I have a towel over him and I have my hand on his stomach saying, don't you worry, Jaylani. Mommy will never be this broke again. And I made a decision. I was bankrupt. And every stinking thinking I had, I was bankrupt and trying to protect my pride. I was bankrupt and trying to be all that in a bag of chips and a bowl of grits, falsified. I was bankrupt and trying to not ask anyone for help. I was bankrupt in everything that was holding me and keeping me where I was. I've always talked a good game, but I wasn't doing anything with my gift. And all that thing about potential, I was tired of having potential. I wanted to have my now. And I looked at that baby at 8 months and I said, I want to transform your life because you didn't ask to come into this chaos.
Come on.
As an African-American male child in South Central Los Angeles with a single mother whose father's in prison, he had a 66% chance of going to prison himself. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. So if I have to be willing to drastically transform myself so that I can become the woman that I know I can be.
Right.
And that's what I began to do. I was radical.
Yes.
What did you do? Yes. So what did you do to change your life?
First, I realized I couldn't grow with people who were struggling like me. That whole, I don't want to leave nobody behind. No, I don't want to stay with y'all.
Right.
You don't even want to be here.
Right.
I don't want to be the queen of this block.
Yeah.
And I became okay with the fact that it doesn't make me any less committed to my community, committed to my culture, committed to my family. The best thing I can do for you is not stay here with you.
That's right.
When I've got that, I went to places I'd never seen before. I went to conferences where people were talking about money.
Right.
Talking about prosperity.
Right.
Yeah.
Talking about, it was like, no habla español. What y'all talking about? ROIs and PPMs and term agreements and capital fundraising and bottom lines and what is it? What is, I'm gonna stay until I learn what you're talking about. I went to the same conference 42 times. And there I raised $532,000 in capital for my company to start my dream. And my dream was to transform teen lives. I want to teach teens how to fall madly in love with themselves and how to make integrity-based decisions. And I got it funded, and I started working. And that was the beginning of me rescuing myself. I realized that I am my rescue.
Yes.
No one else is my rescue.
Let's go.
I am my rescue.
Yeah, so if y'all ain't on fire and burning up and motivated right now from that, I don't know what to tell you. You feel me? I'm supposed to have on my work uniform, but this is a work shirt. Don't worry about it. It's a work shirt. Anyway, so look, check it out. If you ain't motivated right now, then I don't know what to tell you. We gonna try to boost you up a little bit more. All right, so today we talking about the journey. Y'all ever been on a road trip? When last time you took a road trip with the family? Let's see what this look like real quick. Hold on. Let me see. We got to get one we can actually watch. I know I see y'all on that screen. Hold on. Let me take that down. Bing. All right, let's see. Oh, some hacks. Y'all got hacks. What's up? Hey. Oh.
Good morning, welcome back to the Big Ski family. This week we chose an adventure of a different kind. Skiing is a physical adventure. It's wonderful to share physical challenges.
All right, we're gonna skip through.
Wherever I go, because I never know what the breakfasts are gonna be in the hotel. So today I pre-hard-boiled eggs.
Word.
Okay, so these are not soft, they're hard. So it's good for protein, and then I've got yogurt here where they can put blueberries or strawberries in there. We have bagels. That could go with cream cheese. I'm gonna slice up some melon.
Oh, mama. Hey.
Cereals. Old cereals. I bring paper goods and plastic silverware.
Look at moms.
A little bit of honey.
I hope y'all heard all this.
Hold on, let me turn her up. Cereals that are low in sugars and don't need that much honey, so that'd be shredded wheat. Cornflakes from Trader Joe's, and our favorite is muesli. Actually, it doesn't require.
Listen. You was looking at that, Eli? Yes, Mom Dukes. Hey, Mom's got it popping. She say, look. Yeah. That's what that was? The cho beanie? Let me see. She ain't had no cho beanie. No, she just got Greek yogurt. You see what I'm saying? But it's the same. The cho beanie is Greek yogurt too. So listen. Mom Dukes got it popping right there. Eli back here like, yo, let me get a little taste of that. If you're not eating like a balanced diet, yeah, she said for the yogurt. You know what I'm saying? You put it in the yogurt. All right, we're going to move forward. But look at Mom Dukes back for lunch.
And he pulled out some Tupperware that he had cottage cheese and mandarin oranges that he had put on top. So that was his lunch, and he just said this was the best meal ever. So people get creative. When you're on the road.
Oh, that's what I was about to say to you. So what she said was when they go to the hotel, she don't know what the breakfast going to be like. You know what I'm saying? So she packed all that stuff. Those eggs was hard-boiled eggs. They wasn't just eggs. So you just crack them. You see what I'm saying? And eat them like that. They're good for protein. Get you about 2 of them, 3 of them. Dan will probably eat 6.
As much as we are, people get tired of sandwiches, and so I really try to stick with salads. So that's that. So here's lunch right here.
Let's see lunch, Mom.
I also bring something. This time I brought something called oatmeal bake. Okay, we've already eaten some of this, but this is just really good filler for kids. When you've got 9 kids that are hungry and they need snacks, we ate half of it last night after we went to Chick-fil-A. So that's good to have on hand.
Yes, ma'am. Good Mom Duke's got everything. I need that van.
Up here in the front seat, I always carry a snack bag.
Yeah.
So these 2 things are crucial for us going on a trip.
That snack
a lunch bag and a snack bag. In here, I just have roasted peanuts. What do we have?
Yeah,
salt and pepper, pistachios. We have.
Yeah, we need that because. Yeah, we need that because that's our next vehicle.
Chips, almonds. I usually have crackers, and I'll show you our fruit bin in the back.
That's my girl right here. Look at her.
So at this homeschool conference, I need to come up with breakfast and lunch for 2 days. So we bring out the big bad boy igloo, and I brought a, let's see,
What you got up
a
in
dry
there? And
goods
she
bin.
moving them herself.
This has paper
Oh
goods,
yeah, good.
more cereal, peanut butter chips, popcorn, granola bars, crackers,
Mom Duke's got it
white
poppin'.
peas.
Don't worry, y'all. I'm going somewhere with this. You said it's her name, what? No. I just keep saying that. Let's see what the conclusion of this. Well, one more. What's the workshops? Oh, they didn't show nothing else. She just talked
And
about
then
lunch.
I always...
relationships. They really touched on a lot of different.
Yeah.
Look at that. Everybody.
Poster! Yes.
Well, I hope.
I'm gonna tell you something that I just noticed and felt from this video. This is on a whole nother little side topic. All right, girl, go ahead and sit down on the couch. This is on a whole nother little side topic. I felt good just from seeing them gathered together. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that we don't really, well, I don't take into consideration every single moment of every single day. Who's on the journey with me? Hey, you all sit back there quietly. Who's on the journey with me? Like, who's not necessarily who's riding with me, who's living with me, who I'm talking to, but who have I met? Who have I talked to? Who have I been around? Who am I around right now? Who's left the most impressions on me or the most influence on me when I think about doing things? Who has their mark or their hand in how I make the decisions? You know what I'm saying? So who's on the journey with you? Like that right there is profound. Just seeing all of them gathered around the Kool-Aid. Dog, I got to get somebing out. Where mom put the Kool-Aid? You know what I'm saying? That's hard body right there. All right. Let's just type in the journey. Let's see what's up. I'm pretty sure we'll find some pretty good stuff in here. I got 4 minutes.
Are you covered by one of these health insurance plans? You may be able to see.
All right. Every single moment you are writing the story of your life. Yes. Move the pillows real quick.
This life is not a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely and well.
Wow. Hold on, y'all, just cause I want to run that back just so we all at the same place.
This life is not a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely and well. It is distilled in
Day one right here. Yes, sir. What's up, C?
Thoroughly used up, totally worn out, proclaiming, wow, what a ride. It is the greatest journey you'll ever be on. At the end, you'll look back and realize that there is no ultimate purpose. There is no end goal. That life is a continuous dance where you do not arrive at a particular place on the floor, but to enjoy every step of the way.
Let's go.
The world is a looking glass. It gives back to every man a true reflection of his own thoughts. We live in a world created by our own thoughts. This reality is our illusion. There is no reality, but a reality created within ourselves. If we want to change our experience, we need to change the world. If we want to change the world, it starts with changing of our own minds. This universe is a masterpiece of abundance, and we are the designers, the artists. Rule your mind, or it will rule you.
You know what? What day is it? Asked Pooh. It's today, Squeal Piglet. My favorite day, said Pooh. That's right. Hey.
There's no point living for the future if you do not know how to live now. This moment is all you truly have, because happiness is not a destination, but a way of life. It is not at another place, but this place. It is not for another hour, but this hour. The power for creating a better future is contained in the present moment. You create a good future by creating a good present. So do not worry, do not complain. Accept things as they are, let things go. Make the present moment the focus of your life.
And other people have remembered, and they come back to us and they say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid, ever, because this is just a ride.
Don't let your mind take control. Think simply, live simply. There is nothing in this world that can trouble you as much as your own thoughts. Overthinking is a misuse of your imagination. It will create problems that weren't even there. Do not worry, do not stress. And lastly, remember that life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. No one said it's going to be easy. Trust in the universe and surrender to it. Let it go. This journey is yours and yours alone. Have faith in the universe.
Wow. Hey, them last words just hit home for me. So, watching this just reminded me about why we do this, or why I'm doing this.
Here's the top 3 lies you've probably heard about mushrooms.
If you haven't ever seen, some of these videos or any of these videos at all, there you go. It's right there in your hands now. You can go over to the DGTA_TV YouTube page, and it's a playlist right there that says Knowledge of Expansion Pack. And you can rewatch any of these videos that we watching right now, especially, just the ones that I liked and I saved to the playlist, but majority of them are there because I do watch so many videos. Now, my main point is, with these videos, imagine how many of them are out there to maybe change your way of thinking, give you a different way to cook, give you a way to pump up your tires, teach you how to put in a cabinet in your house. We bringing them all to you right here on Expansion Pack. So let's get some dad jokes. It's Fun Friday. Got to get some dad jokes. Bruh. Did y'all hear that? That ain't even how the joke goes. See, look. Why did Ella? No. Listen here now. Listen. I'm about to tell you. I'm about. Listen. Watch this. Ella. Why did the man trip and fall in the well? Because he couldn't see that whale. That was good, right? That was good. Hold on, you got to see her reaction. Right, you couldn't see her reaction to it. She laughed, y'all. She was smiling. Y'all couldn't see it. She was smiling. He couldn't. She wasn't smiling, y'all. She just slapped her head and was like, "All right, I'm gonna play they dad joke, cause when they be telling them, I'm gonna tell them to you. All right, look. All right, no, it ain't. It's just as funny when I say it. I'm a dad.
What do you call a
These
funny
jokes
mount?
work for all dads. Y'all ready? Here it go. Let's go.
Hilarious.
All right. What do you call a funny mountain? Hilarious. Y'all got to see their reactions. Hold on. At least. She said it's not funny to her. Okay, hold on. All right. I'm gonna try again.
Should have seen that coming.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
I told my doctor I broke my arm in 2 places. He said, stop going to those places.
I told the doctor I broke my arm in 2 places. He told me stop going to those places. That was good. You know it was funny, Dan. Dan thought it was funny. All right, come here. Stand right here, Dan. Stand right here. I'm gonna tell it to you right here. You gotta look away. Look away for right now. Okay. Look away.
What's a witch's favorite subject in school? Spelling.
Okay. What's a witch's favorite subject in school? Math. Spelling. Yeah. Y'all see him laughing? He's laughing. Yeah, that one was good. Right, go ahead. I got one more. This is working. It's working.
Okay.
Let's go.
What keys unlock a banana?
Monkey.
What keys unlock a banana? Monkeys. I ain't tell it right. All right, I'm done. I throw my hands up. I'm going to collect them. I'm going to write them down, and I'm going to pull them out. I'm going to pull them out and be like, gotcha. All right, y'all. All right. See, you know what? What do you call, what keys unlock a banana? You see it on the screen. See? Monkeys. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm done. Hey. Dad jokes for the win. Right. See? Hey, do you be telling dad jokes? If you tell dad jokes, text them to me any chance you get. And we going to figure out the ones that are most effective for us. Because I know these make me laugh. Did she laugh? See, dads laugh at them because we understand the time and the effort that goes into creating them. All right, now let's get back on the journey. All right. But I'm going to type this in, actually. Road trip hacks. Let me see some real hacks, because Mom started off pretty good with us for the hacks. So let's go ahead.
Japanese women weigh less and never hit the gym.
What?
The secret? A simple 4-ingredient natural recipe
Y'all heard
that's
that?
7 times stronger than the Ozempic pen.
No, y'all didn't hear
Drink
that.
what we Americans are calling the Japanese Manjaro
She said, y'all don't need to worry about it. All right, here we go.
In today's video, I got 10 tech hacks for summer road trips. Let's get started.
Let's go. I need these.
Hack number 1. Make
That's
sure you
tech with
charge
brain.
up all your devices the night before your trip and put them in airplane mode to extend your battery life. Hack number 2. Use your favorite apps on your device to download your movies. You can use Netflix to download certain movies. If they're not available, you can use Google Play Movies and purchase your own movies and download them, as well as using YouTube. If you have a YouTube Red account, you can save offline movies. Hack number 3. If you got a sunroof and you got a tablet with a thin case, you can slide it right up here.
What?
And everyone in the back can
Why? I don't have a sunroof, but if I had one,
see.
That's why they call them hacks.
If you don't have a sunroof, you can get a headrest mount for your tablet as well. Hack number 4.
You saw that, right?
Get a Bluetooth speaker, set up with your tablet, throw it back so you don't hear the kids' videos. Hack number 5. Get a mount for your phone and use Google Maps to navigate so you know where you're going.
Bruh, that's not a hack. That's a normal thing.
Hack number 6. Get your own Bluetooth headset so you don't hear the kids.
I can't drive with Bluetooth headsets, but that was funny.
These work pretty good too. Hack number 7. Get a cute co-pilot to feed
That's
you when
right.
you got the money.
Yes. This is the best one. Yeah, that's right.
Hack number 8. Use a power inverter in your car so that you can continue to charge all your devices using a power strip on the go.
Now that one is a
Hack
major
number 9. You can go to your local carrier and get some car Wi-Fi through T-Mobile, Verizon, or other carriers.
What? So,
hack number 10.
I did not know that one. So I'm gonna end up cutting off the this tablet Wi-Fi and just getting car Wi-Fi, because that's the only time I'll need it. is in the car. And then, yeah, that's what's
Keep
up.
asking Google if you're there to help the time pass. Are we there yet?
No.
What?
Are we there yet?
No.
Now he just playing.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
Bruh.
If you ask me again, we won't stop for ice cream.
Yeah.
Back to the beach. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We'll see
It
you on the
said,
next one.
if you keep asking, we won't stop for ice cream. Yeah. All right. So, now the reason why I'm even bringing up the journey in Fun Fridays is because we made it, y'all. We made it through Monday. Think about it. Think about this, right? Listen to me. We made it from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it is today, Friday. You see what I'm saying? Like, today is Friday, so the journey is important. What did we talk about on Monday? It was Mindful Mondays. We talked about, and then Tech Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays. How about we do this? How about we look at one of our old episodes to see the journey of how we got here? If you've never watched an episode, here it is. Yesterday, we talked about, what was yesterday? Healthy mental, and we talked about healing. So let's see what we was listening to.
There are 9 uncomfortable signs that you are healing. Number 1,
Ella, shh.
you allow yourself to feel your emotions. When you're still stuck in survival mode, you're mostly focused on logic and what you see because emotions are painful for you to feel and process. It's hard for you to take the time and make room for your emotions to just be acknowledged and validated because it reminds you of hurt that you would have liked to keep buried. When you heal, you start acknowledging your negative and positive emotions because you realize that extreme focus on one is detrimental to your whole being and that you are a whole person. It's uncomfortable at first, but as you are no longer suppressing or denying them, you see the value of your emotions and feelings and of just letting yourself sit with them and allowing them to pass.
Look at
Number
this good
2,
old
you're getting
Look at this
better
good
at
old education that we be getting here on Expansion Pack. Let's do another one. That was kind of low. I wonder if my videos always be low. Let's see what else we was talking about. Let's see. This was Wednesday. Find your way. 24 hours
Let's
you need.
say you have exactly 24 hours, not a minute longer, to strengthen your relationship. So what are 5 things that you could do that would really be helpful? Number 1, pay attention to what your partner is doing right. Let's say...
That's the only one they gave y'all. That's the only one they give you. Pay attention to what your partner is doing right. I think that's important. That's the only thing I take away from this video, which is going to be pay attention to what your partner is doing right. That's what we did on Wednesday. That's what we found out and was learning on Wednesday. Let's see Tuesday. Tuesday Tech Tuesdays. I remember
Nokia
this. Look at it,
6820.
Nokia. Hey, Eli, look at that Nokia.
But because I'm planning another episode of this series for
It's coming
devices like it that would become popular.
Does this phone look old or new? What I mean is, does it look like it's from? It look old? Okay, old. Hey, Jay Moore. I mean, Genario say your Uncle G say he do look like Tony Stark. He had laughed at that. But yeah, he said it look old. So this right here, what I'm asking is, does it look like it's from the past or does it look like it's from the future? I'm going to get one more in there. Does this look like it's from the past or does it look like it's from the future? Let's see. One more. You remember that episode, right, E? We was talking about if it looked old or new. All right, last one. Let's see what we talked about on Monday. I hardly ever do this, like on the show, and I'm also gonna do something else in the second share. Hey, they ain't talking, but look, aquarium keeping. Hold on, what was the topic for that?
That he could fix it.
Oh, now this one was good. Hold up. We watching that again. Let's see. Hold on, Dan looking for the mic right now. Hold on. That was because that was actually a good one, and I don't think Dan got to hear it, but you can describe it to him. You see what I'm saying? I hear it in the video. I really wanted to hear this video again because I think I played it again. Did we play it again? Nah. I'm gonna go back to where we actually played it at.
I said,
There we
so
go.
it
Here we go. Here we go. Eli, I'm gonna play this for you. Hold on, that wasn't a good video. They said nothing. So hold on. Let's see what my
People
man
don't
say.
know how to raise children. When my kid came to me and he said, Daddy, a wheel came off my toy car, and he gave it to me. And I said, so it did, and I threw it in the garbage. And I went back to my magazine. And then I watched that lower lip going off. Then he started crying. I said, what's the matter? He said, you throwed it away. I said, I'll get you baby toys where the wheels don't come off. He said, well, maybe I can fix it. So I gave it to him again. Yes. And he's sitting on the couch, and he gets it together. In just a minute or two, gets it together. Then you pick up. How did you do that? It's wonderful. He says, I'm not that little. Yes, Dad. But how did you do it? See the hole in the wheel, yes. See the piece of iron sticking up? I put the hole on and pushed it.
And let him
I said, that's
teach you.
wonderful. Yes. So if you say, here, let Daddy do it, let Mommy do it, you produce a blob. You know what that means? You solve all your kids' problems.
Yes,
you
sir.
have to put things upon them. People don't
Yes,
know how
sir.
to
Yes,
raise
sir.
children.
Right there. Hold on, let me let y'all finish hearing it. So that video right there was how we started off the week. And that was pretty good. That was a good start to the week because every time I see that video now, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing something wrong when I make my kids have to do something for themselves or correct them or make them do the right thing. Those things are exactly what I should be doing because the person I want to grow, the type of person I want to help to produce to the world is that type of person, not this type of person that you're being. So we got to get those corrections in there. That video was like, it's like gold for me right there. All right, so the journey through life. Let's see what they give us on this. That's funny. Enjoy the journey. Time lapse of the future. No, we don't want to see that. Let's see what shorts we got. No, I like the ones with people talking. All right, hold on then. What? Whatever. Tibetan monks. That's what's up. Feeling lost. Feeling lost in your 20s.
Let me guess. You're thinking about going to therapy. And as a therapist myself, of course I'm going to say that's so great.
I've heard a lot of people say that your 20s will be the best years of your life, that you should enjoy them while you can. This decade of life is often portrayed as a time of freedom, excitement, and exploration. However, it can also be a time of confusion, uncertainty, and anxiety. I'm almost 23 years old, and I've never felt so lost before. I don't know what to do with my life, and everything just seems overwhelming. There are many reasons to why this may be happening. For one, this is the time of significant changes, such as finishing university, entering the workforce, and basically starting to establish oneself as an independent adult. We're getting more responsibilities than ever before, all while trying to understand ourselves as individuals, who we are and what is our purpose in this world, what are our passions and what makes us happy. Societal expectations are high. Decisions made in this period can have long-lasting consequences, both positive and negative, so there is pressure to make the right choices. Some people are lucky enough to find their passion and goal early on, something that gets them excited and they can work towards. But for others, like myself, it doesn't come as easy.
There are so many opportunities out there, so many things that I could be making a career out of, yet I haven't found that one thing I want to carry on with.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile,
Yes, sir.
you scroll on Instagram and see people earning huge amounts of money, traveling the world, and enjoying life. It seems like they have it all figured out. You start comparing yourself to them, and it makes it even worse. You feel like a failure. I've noticed I also find it difficult to start doing something because it's just so much easier to avoid it and be comfortable. Even for this video, something I knew I would enjoy making, procrastination was my biggest enemy. It took me about 3 months to start writing the script, even though in the end it only took me about 2 hours to finish.
He got 1.7.
In my head, I was making it seem like such a bigger deal than it actually was, intimidated by the work and scared of the outcome.
Yes, sir.
Another contributing factor is the sense of isolation that many of us feel. At this age, people often move away from their friends and family to pursue their careers or education. You might feel disconnected from your roots and struggle to find a sense of belonging in your new environment. Many people are coming in and out of our lives. There are a lot of temporary relationships and tough breakups. What seemed like your closest friends once become strangers. It's all just confusing and it can definitely get lonely at times. I'm going through my first breakup as well, and it's just a roller coaster of emotions. One day you're fine and living, the other you don't want to leave your room.
Right.
But don't worry, it will get better.
Yes, sir.
Or at least I hope so. It's important to accept and embrace the temporary feeling of being lost. Your 20s is the time of self-discovery and growth. Give yourself time to explore different options until you find something that you're passionate enough to pursue. Seek out new experiences and opportunities, whether it's learning new skills, trying new hobbies, meeting people, or traveling. With each new experience, you will learn more about yourself, the world around you, and have a clearer sense of purpose. If you're a big procrastinator like myself, imagine the potential that lies in starting something and staying consistent with it. This is also the time you can take on the most risk. You can go all in on something with almost nothing to lose, as you're still very young. And speaking about relationships, yes, people will be going in and out of your life. That's because they have their own story to write, with their own problems and struggles, just like you. But I believe that everything happens for a reason. Each person that you lose touch with opens up space for someone else to come in. Lately, I've been taking it slow and I'm starting to become hopeful. All of these experiences have helped me understand more about myself so I could make the right decisions for a better tomorrow. The truth is, no one really has everything figured out, no matter the age. We learn as we go. Each of us has a different timeline to follow, so there is no point for comparison. We're all just lost individuals wandering around trying to make our daily lives as pleasant as we can. There will be heartbreaks, there will be losses, but that's just life. We can't avoid the hard times, but there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Let go of all the expectations that you have and just live life day by day.
Man, I don't know about y'all,
Hitting your goals.
but the angles in the video to me was fire. Like it brought the script to life for me. I couldn't give you advice about from the ground floor anymore. You know, being a 20-year-old or anywhere from 20 to, I'll really say 19 to 29. Well, 19 to 27. I'm not on the ground floor. That's the ground floor right there. You see what I'm saying? I'm on the ground floor of another age bracket right now. But what I can say for all of my younger people out there is keep going. You get to a bunch of stops, a bunch of dead ends, seemingly a bunch of different ways to go. When you need to take a break, take a break. When you need to take a day off, take a day off. If you need a vacation, take a vacation. But don't stop. Don't stop Okay, and that's very important, because stopping is just that. It's but when you take a break, when you take a vacation, when you know take a day off, that entails you're going to start again. Okay, even if you say, hey, I'm gonna take a few years off from school, I'm gonna take a few days off from work, I'm gonna take a few days off from getting it together, even, you know, that entails that you're gonna get it back. You're gonna get back to it. So that's my advice to my younger people, and I don't care if you're a day younger, older people. Please chime in and give some advice out here. You know what I'm saying, from the ground floor of 30s and beyond, and all of that stuff. And I'm all ears. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we're going to get a little bit of taste of soul food in right here, and then we're going to leave out of here on a good note. But before I get to the soul food, I want to say thank you to all of my people who watch my show. Y'all my peoples. So, you know, they got the fam, the squad. Y'all my peoples. And there's probably a lot of people who say my people, but my people. Y'all my people. Shout out to Zanita67 out there. You know, she subbed up for a year now. She ain't posted in the chat, but she subbed up for a year, so I appreciate you so much for that. Shout out to Nami Dolo out there. She tuning in from YouTube, holding the YouTube down. I really, really appreciate you for that. Shout out to Motion Man Jay. He be dropping in and out, and I'm pretty sure he gonna be on live. If I call him, be like, yo, dog, get on live. Shout out to all of the supporters, all of the viewers, all of the watchers who've been watching this.
Shout out to Dan F. Man 000 for hosting the show and being there for all of us.
Hey, look at my boy. Look at my boy. You want to say all of that again without the words in front of your face for your dad? Hold on, King. King even giving me some love. All right, go ahead.
Shout out to Dan F. Man 000 for always doing the show every day. Not complaining. Not complaining or doing nothing. Always being there for us.
Yes. Thank you, son. Thank you, son. Hey, yeah. Y'all have a happy 4th too as well, man. Dang, thanks, son. I didn't see that coming. I really didn't see that coming. Appreciate you, man. That just made my whole day. Let's get 2 quotes for the soul. Y'all sit down too. Oh, okay. Finish folding the cover. I hear a ball bouncing. Quotes for the soul. Appreciate y'all. That's it. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. That was a major moment right there. All right. Here we go. This sounds like it's gonna be good.
My favorite is anything lost could be found again except for time wasted. And my favorite motivational quote was by Inky Johnson. He said, when you work hard for something, you develop a different type of attachment to it. And a person will have a cold day in hell before they try to take it from you. We live by this, we die by this. We don't surrender, we don't retreat. Every man must search his own soul. And every day I search my own soul.
Sir.
My favorite is anything lost could be found.
Yes, sir. Let's get another one.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
You gotta let go of that stuff from the past, because it just doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you choose to be now.
Get busy living. You get busy dying.
When it feels scary to jump, that is exactly when you jump. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life.
A tree falls the way it leans. Be careful which way you lean.
Oh, and in case I don't see...
That was good. That was good. Just in that last little bit. That was good. So, I'm going to leave y'all with a quote of my own. Okay? And I'm pretty sure you're going to love this. Okay? This has been another episode of Expansion Pack. That's not the quote. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. I'm glad that y'all came in here to kick it with me. Don't leave just yet. Please don't leave just yet. No, that's not the quote, son. Please don't leave just yet, because it's a good day. And if you not having a good day, see me next week. I'll motivate you, you know what I'm saying? Give you something mindful to think about. Give you something tech on Tuesday. Give you way on Wednesday. And a healthy mental on Thursday. And then we'll be back again fun Friday. So enjoy the journey, y'all. Enjoy the journey.
Hey, pop in for Friday night.
Oh, yeah, Fortnite Fridays today, of course. Fortnite Fridays. I'm going to be on Roblox later. I always forget to shout out my extra stuff. But y'all make sure y'all tune in. As always, Dan F Man 007, DGTA TV is out for the day. So y'all check us out next week. All right. So this has been another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F Man. This is DGTA TV. And guess what? The world is yours. Peace. Oh, come on. I can't play it without having an account. Well, I will sign in. Y'all just messed up my little intro to what I was gonna do. Wow. Hey, that's crazy though. All right, let's go. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Can't think about you now, but I can't help it. I just touched down. I'm after all the things I dreamed about. I wanted this for a while now. They say stuff to tear me down. I'm better off with you not around. You're hoping that my dream dies out. They're hoping that my dream dies out. I can see it now, everything I wanted and more. I know that I got this, I am sure. The world is yours. I can see it now, everything I wanted and more. I know that I got this, I am sure. The world is yours. It's crazy, now I know. How would you feel if I started booking shows? I know that it hurt, I left you alone, but I had to do this on my own. They say stuff to tear me down, better off with you not around. You're hoping that my dream dies out. They're hoping that my dream dies out. But I can see it now, everything I wanted and more. I know that I got this, I am sure. The world is yours. I can see it now, everything I wanted and more. I know that I got this, I am sure. The world is yours. The world is yours. I put this on my vision board. They want me to fail, so I gave them more. So I gave them more. But I can see now, everything I wanted and more. I know that I got this, I am sure.